What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders. This episode, fucking amazing. Excellent music, spectacular art animation, and the voice acting. Oh my god, the voice acting in the dub. Like I said this, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Give Polnareff's voice actor a raise. Like, this guy is the real MVP of this dub. I mean, I would say JoJo's probably my favorite just because it's JoJo, but Polnareff, that man has just been killing it with the English dub. Anyway, so let's begin. So we start it off. The nice little, fast bit what happened last week with of course, Polnareff going, au revoir, Mickey. And we see him get taken into the void. We also see, but then, of course, after he's like, I will take care of it. He's like, the blood that stains my clothes is not you, it's yours and Abdul's. He goes on about how, I will do all, it will take a lot more than that to send me to the grave. You'll pretty much say, I'm gonna kill you all, and it's gonna take much more than that to kill me, pretty much. He's like, I'm gonna get rid of the rest of the interlopers. Anyway, but then, we see some blood. Lots of blood, whew, man, there's... JoJo, y'all ain't holding back on the blood. I mean, goddamn, y'all ain't holding back on the blood. And so then we see that Iggy came in with that clutch save for Polnareff. He saved his ass. And Iggy, starts coughing up blood. And Polnareff's like, why, Iggy? Why? I told you not to save me, damn it. Why are you so stubborn? And the voice acting. I cannot preach this dub's great as enough. The voice acting! I loved it. The voice acting is, damn, damn, y'all are killing it with this dub. Anyway, so, and then of course, after a smirk from Iggy, coughs off a lot of blood, honestly, goddamn, it was a lot of fucking blood, and he dies. Well, shit. It sucks, man, because, Iggy was awesome. So, I mean, before, I was like, yeah, whatever. Iggy, he is the GOAT. Iggy is the GOAT of anime dogs. I love Iggy. I love him. Especially after when we got those 2 episodes of him just focused on him, him versus the Hawk. I still want to know what's Araki's beef with dogs, because Jesus Christ, man, what is your beef with dogs? Why do you like brutalizing them, beating them, and watching them bleed? What's wrong with you, mama dude? Anyway, but yeah, Iggy dies, and then of course, Polnareff finally finished off this book. We also see a little bit of Jotaro, and a little bit here, but then the second half it does focus a lot more on Jotaro, but the first half it's mostly just on Polnareff. So we also see him they're making their way. So they start seeing some of the damage that Polnareff and Cool Ice were doing. They go into the room where the first battle was. He's like, oh damn, so shit go down, and he tells Jotaro to break down some walls so he can go through it. So, then Polnareff just Polnareff goes to the event and pretty much just kicks Cool Ice's ass. As soon as he got down from the ground after he was done, almost kind of being Shakespearean in a way, when he was on top of damn you, why do I always figure out how much I love these people after they're dead? Damn it all! After he has this little internal monologue. By the way, once again, great voice acting. I cannot preach the dub's voice acting enough. I cannot preach this dub's voice acting. Y'all are killing it with this dub. And I'm super hyped to definitely seeing part 4. And definitely seeing Kira, and of course, when we get to part 5, which I found out actually is airing in October, not December of next year. Super hyped will tweet that. Don't know why he tweeted. Maybe he was joking with that tweet. And I just didn't notice, but whatever, yeah. It's actually in October, so yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching part 5 dub when it gets on Toonami. Anyway, so, So you know, he gets like as soon as he gets down on the ground after he's done drum monologue, he manages to grab Cool Ice by the throat and stab him right in the head, right where his brain is, and twist the blade. Even twists his hand as well, and then you know he just starts doing then he just starts hitting him a bunch of freaking times. It's like fast, like you know, cutting him, and so. But then, you know, after a while, he still keeps coming up and coming. He still keeps, you know, coming up. He still keeps, because, you know, as we find out, he is indeed an immortal, a.k.a. he is a vampire, which I don't know why Polnareff didn't notice this earlier. I mean, wouldn't you have noticed the fangs? I mean, I noticed it earlier. I even thought about this a couple episodes, like last episode, about how he was probably a vampire because he has fangs. So I guess Polnareff just didn't notice them. But, so, and as we know, what's one of vampires' weaknesses, unless it's Twilight? Light. They hate sunlight. So he opens the windows, and then, and you know, he tells them, you know, oh, so Dio didn't tell you that you are a vampire. He's like, he gave you his blood, didn't he? And so and then he opens the windows, which I think got rid of his leg first, and then he just starts teasing. Then he just starts taunting him. He's like, "Come on, Cool Ice, come at me, bro! Come at me, bro! Come at me!" And then eventually, after he was done, after pushing up Cool Ice was like, "I will take care of you anyway, even if it kills me." And he gets in there, poof! He is finally fucking dead. And good riddance. That was a very satisfying win there, right there. She was like, "Yeah, fuck you, Cool Ice. You killed off Iggy. Fuck you." Okay, technically Iggy killed himself because you know he's the last bit of marriage to say, but you know you get the point. He killed Abdul, and Abdul was cool. So after you know he finally takes care of Cool Ice and his body gets turned to ash. We see the sand, you know, Iggy's sand. It goes outside the window and takes the form of Iggy and Abdul. And they kind of just give the man a thumbs up before they disappear into the abyss. That was a nice moment, I gotta say. That was a really damn good one. I really liked that. That was like, you know, and then, you know, Paul was like, "No, wait, come back! I need you!" Like, you know, I was like, oh. Got me around the feels right there. The music. Oh, the music! Oh, the music in this episode. The music. Ooh, David Productions. That OST is. The OST is amazing. David Productions. Y'all killing it with that OST. And so after that, we then get back to Jotaro, Joseph, and Kakyoin. Actually, I almost forgot. Actually, before we went back to Kakyoin, then that was hilarious to see. We get actually see Joseph's wife. I honestly forget her name, so I'm just gonna refer to her as Joseph's wife because I also forget her name. With Rolanoff, I believe is like her assistant. Yeah, and they're pretty. I think this was actually back in season 1 where she was saying she was going back to Japan, but yeah, they're in Japan to see Holland, you know, Jotaro's mother. And of course, and they're like, you know, going to Japan. They're like, and they go reach the soba shop, and she wants to go inside. She has a video camera and everything. It's like recording everything. Like, oh, I must. And then you know you got rolled up. He's like, oh, my lady, please do not go in there. Women of your caliber do not dine at these restaurants for filthy commoners. Okay, he doesn't say it like as elitist as that, but he pretty much just comes off as one saying like, you shouldn't dine here. You should only dine at 5-star restaurants where they charge you like $100 for like a steak or something, you know? Not some cheap soba shop that, you know, are for us lowly commoners. I'm also, but yeah. So, and she's like recording everything, and then, you know, the other guy that told her that's holding her turtle. I don't know why she has a picture. And the turtle's huge, by the way. Like, the turtle's a good size. And he's like, I judge him from her cavalier attitude, which, I mean, the vocabulary in JoJo is like, you know, is interesting, because they like use a lot of words that most people don't use normally. It was like, you know, cavalier attitude. I don't hear people say that, and definitely say, like, you know, when this early on this episode, you know, he said, with Cool Ice, he said like, I'll get rid of, I'll kill the rest of the interlopers. I don't know if this is just Viz suddenly adapted the script, or Araki just has a deep vocabulary, deeper vocabulary than most of us. Anyway, so he says like, no, I haven't been able to tell her. I don't have the heart for it. And then she tells her like, hey, come on the shoulder. And then after she gets she ends up filming this one guy, which I took one look at him. I was like, oh my god, that dude is fucking Yakuza. And she starts filming this guy, giving zero fucks that he's most likely Yakuza. I was like, I'm no expert on Japanese culture, but I could definitely see someone. Cause I've seen the Yakuza games and played the demo 6, so I can usually tell I see someone that's the Yakuza, and that dude definitely looked like Yakuza. And then the dude goes like, hey, who gave you the right to film me? I'm gonna tell. And then he just starts threatening her, and then saying I'm gonna take your camera, and then Rolla, being able to read the situation, gets from where Joseph's wife is not reading the cues that this dude wants to fucking kill you. Like, that's one thing I do love about JoJo, is that it can go from being super serious to kind of lighthearted and jokey, like that, and not really feeling forced. Definitely something like Avengers Infinity War also really nailed, because this part I was dying laughing with, especially the stuff with the Yakuza, when she was like, so she didn't care that dude was Yakuza and still filmed him like there was not care in the world, even though he is Yakuza and most likely wanted to kill her. So he manages to get her out of the car, get her back on the car, and they take their leave while this dude's still trying to kill her. And then after they're in the car ride, Joseph's wife, comes out and says like, yeah, I do know that Holly's condition has worse. Like, I know it ain't just a common cold, it ain't pneumonia. Like, there's some deep shit going down right now. That Holly's pretty much fucked. As we know, she only has like a couple days left to live. As we know, the guys have to take care of Dio. So she's like, yeah, I know. But she's and then rolled up and be like, please, madam, please forgive me for not telling you the truth. And she's like, yeah, whatever, cool, you're fine. And so we see her meet Holly. Holly, I don't know how this woman's still walking. Like, from how they describe it, it sounds like she is nearing death at this point, but it's still fighting, and she's still able to be like, hey mom. I'm like, how are you even still moving? I mean, whatever. Anyway, so after that we get back to Jotaro, then we get to Jotaro and the rest of the guys, where they meet this other stand user. I honestly forget his name. He's a nobody, pretty much a nobody, and even the other three guys before, Darby and Cool, they're like, yeah, he's just some normal vampire. He ain't much in the competition with the rest of them. And so, he's like, I'll take care of them, I'll show them. And then, they get to this hallway. And this girl, that has ropes around her arms, has kind of like, please don't kill me. Please don't take my blood. Just don't kill me. I beg of you. And, Jotaro, Joseph's like, hey, wait, hold on. And, we're the good guy. And then at this point, I was like, watch. Jotaro's gonna punch her. And just after a while, for saying, please don't kill me, you're the good guys, he punches her like Chris Brown. And I was like, oh man. I love Jotaro. This man gives zero fucks. He tells like, yeah, I know you're the enemy stand because your hands are matching. Meaning that I think he had like two left hands or two right hands when he had them together, because he actually had like the women's head on the other side of his body. Well, on the other side of her head, I mean. But for any Harry Potter fans, but you remember back in the Philosopher's Stone or the Sorcerer's Stone, whichever you call it. Remember at the end of the movie where Voldemort was on the other side of that dude's head. It was similar to that. And then of course he has to like, okay, where's Dio? And he ain't talking. He's just like, I'll take care of you. And then he's like, so you're a vampire, right? That means you're immortal. He would make for some good practice for Dio. And then he goes like, and then he's like, take us to Dio. And he's like, and they finally agrees after Jotaro punches him a few other times. And after that, actually, we get back to to Polnareff at the end of the episode. We see him, he's like taking care of his wounds, he stops the blade to where he can walk normally and even jump. But actually, through obvious CGI, we see Dio walk downstairs in a first-person perspective. That I could took one look at it with CGI. I mean, I'm not hating, like the CGI was bad, but you could tell it was CGI, I mean. And we see him, he's like, Polnareff, Dio. And then it ends right there, so yeah. Overall, super excited to see this. You guys know how much I love me some JoJo. Y'all, it looks like next week we're going to be seeing Dio versus Polnareff. Now, do I think Polnareff's going to die? I honestly think he's going to die against Dio. I mean, the man has escaped death, like, what, 3 times now? Twice because, like, he has escaped death, like, 3 times now? I think he's going to die against Dio. I mean, I don't want that because I love Polnareff, but I have a feeling Dio is going to kill Polnareff. Unless, Jotaro and the others manage to find Dio in time and, save the day. And save Polnareff. But I think next week it's going to be Polnareff is going to die. I'm calling it. I think Polnareff is going to die next week. So yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. So overall, my final verdict is, of course, a 10 out of 10. Excellent voice acting, superb art animation, great music. It's JoJo. What more can I say? So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, just below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. Actually, before I leave you guys, there's something I want to talk about that I guess I just remembered. When Joseph's wife had a run-in with the Yakuza, and when she's recording him, he's in her face, and the dude's like, and the dude's in her face, I mean, and she's like, you want some blood today, rich bitch? And we see Roland up actually being like, alright, get your hands off her, and he kicks the man like a sense of fly, and he actually tells Joseph's wife, madam, you should learn more about Japanese culture. And when I saw that, I literally could not stop thinking about Logan Paul's Japan vlog. I mean, I know JoJo isn't personally trying to reference Logan Paul because, he wasn't even a thing right by this point. It's not on YouTube, at least. But, watching this nowadays after all that shit's happened, I can just get something like, him act like, oh, it's okay for me to film the Yakuza. And I thought there's nothing wrong with what she's doing. I mean, she's obviously not trying to be offensive like Logan Paul was. Like, that dude was just being a straight up jackass. But, I literally just couldn't stop thinking about Logan Paul's Japan. I just think, I know it's a coincidence, but I just kind of found her a little funny. I just had to share that with you guys. So, yeah. Anyway, see you guys next time. That should have me dying.